Well, hey y'all, welcome back to Rev Resale. We're grateful. I'm gonna be in the shed here in just a minute, but I'm just up here working on my garden, looking at it, making sure. I planted a few more squash, got some collard greens, and just some volunteer maters popped up. Look at them, look at these peppers, y'all. Woo, them things are just growing. I got to get a little work done here in the garden all the time. Why? Well, you never know when them grocery store items are gonna keep skyrocketing. Oh man, with everything going on in the world, you don't really know what may take place. So we're covering our bases, growing some of our own groceries. We don't have any, here I am, we don't have any yard birds or anything like that, but maybe we need to get a few of those. But we welcome y'all to this episode. My name is David, I go by Rev. Here on YouTube, my wife and I, Nikki T, we resell on just eBay. We may venture into reselling on other platforms, but as of now, we're reselling only on eBay. Today's episode, I want to share with you something crazy I read on one of the Facebook posts. So if the person who did this is watching, don't get mad at me. But I do want to share with you that, and it's all about making sure you comp your items, making sure you look up your items before you list them, because if you don't, it's on you. Welcome to this episode on Rev Resale. My wife Nikki T and I love to find treasure at estate sales, yard sales, and really any sale. What you want for them?
Whatever you want to pay.
Oh my, don't say that.
Come along and see either what we found or what we sold. Now to today's episode.
I think on the last video you probably saw our pretty cool, really awesome buy that we had. Our guy, I know Lonnie and Candace has a guy they call the guy, and he has awesome stuff. We went, paid $100. Now our guy, we're getting the volume, but we're not paying the amount of price. I bought a whole bunch from him in our last video. I think it's our last video, yard sale video. So awesome video. I think today should be Friday, but these are our weekend sales of the previous weekend. So these are the sales that went over Friday afternoon, Saturday, and Sunday. Maybe some on Monday morning. I think I had 2. We had 20 sales, not crazy, about $800 worth. Not counting shipping, so about $700, not counting, of course, how much we had in each product, but of course we get $700 back into our bank account, and these are going to be some of the sales that we have. But I don't want you to wait too long. I've got to tell you, at least I'll tell you part of the story, and you keep watching and we'll get more of the story, and then maybe my interaction in the story. I read on this Facebook article, Facebook post, and man, it had a lot of comments. I mean, the person put it on there. I think this may even been not even the first post. But here's what it was. This person bought a book. A book. I'm going to go show you now. I got some books now. I got some books, got some Bibles. Dante's Club had this book a long time. This book a long time. These books a long time. But I got some books, right? I mean, look down here. Got some more books. So old Rev sells books, so I've got some books for sale as well. But this lady purchased a book. She put it up for sale on eBay. I think she said $125, and it sold. Now y'all listen. I got a Bible over here for $150, but if I put a book up for sale and it sold for $125, y'all gonna see me doing a jig. I mean, I'm gonna get down with it. I'm gonna be excited. Well, guess what, y'all? This lady wasn't excited, and the buyer wasn't excited either. Now, I don't want y'all getting disappointed in me now. Don't be mad at me. I want you to listen. I want you to watch the whole video. This video is not monetized. It will be if I ever get enough watch hours, but I got to get you to watch the whole way through, because the more you watch, the more watch time hours that I get. And maybe YouTube, they're already putting commercials on it probably, but maybe YouTube will actually start giving old Rev a little bit of money. I'm enjoying these videos. I hope y'all are enjoying the videos. But let me show you. One of our last videos, we did the top 3 picks, the top 3 tips for reselling on eBay. And number 1 was list. Number 2 was buy right. And number 3 was do it again tomorrow. Well, friends, here we have listed. Of course, me and Nikki T listed both of these pails full of stuff. I mean, we got some makeup. We got some Peeps that we bought the other day. We got two of these Swiss gear bags. I mean, just all kind of stuff. We even have a dancing Jim Beam bottle. Now, y'all, that's I put him in this battery, put some batteries in him. No, I don't drink Jim Beam. But man, that rascal, that old bottle dances. I also looked at this. Now I put this on already. Look at it. I mean, I didn't know if this was some inappropriate tool or what it was, but y'all, what this is you put weights down here and it helps you with your back and your neck muscles. This is power lifting. Now y'all, Rev ain't ever in my life needed my neck muscles to get any stronger than what they already are. They hold my head up mighty fine, and I don't need that. But y'all, I listed this rascal. It is listed. I mean, who doesn't like a Mad Max video? I got some videos. Lazy Susan got another bat. I mean, we got all kind of stuff. But y'all, we also got some stuff that we've listed and it has sold. In that buy, of course, y'all saw that we bought some comic books. This one has sold. This one has sold. I think there's like 3 of these that have sold. I think there's more than 3 that have sold. Let me turn. This one right here has sold, y'all. Now, that's probably not good for the book for it to be in there like that. That's the way they are. I'm gonna leave them until the buyer gets them. But y'all, these 4 books are 4 books I know have sold. They sold for some good money. There's 4 of them. We got some more that are listed and have some more to list, so be on the lookout for those if you like 10-cent comics. I mean, this is the first issue of Little Archie, and y'all, it sold for over $100. Pretty cool. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna get all of this custom skewed. Y'all know how we do it. I'm gonna get all this skewed and put in its place, and then I will be able to come back and share with you what sold. But hey, you want to get back to the story. Oh, okay. So this lady buys a book, she puts it on eBay, it sells for $125, but I told you the buyer and the seller was not happy. The reason why, well, the lady cancels the order. The lady cancels the order. If I sold a book for $125, I'm not going to cancel the order. You're asking why did she cancel the order? Well, the book was way more valuable than $125. So she canceled the order. All right, I know you want to get back to the story, but I need to get some of this stuff listed out. I'm going to be on. My mama's calling. I'll see you in a minute. Hey, Mom. All right, y'all. So just got off the phone with Mama. Want to let you know the very first sale is just a lot of a bunch of CDs. Didn't get much for them. $10 plus shipping. The next one was really good. This next one, look at this now. This is a Little Archie, the first issue of Little Archie. Now it's not in uber great shape. I said good shape. It is in good shape. It's got a little bit of writing on the cover, but y'all know what, I sold this Little Archie #1, and it doesn't really fit in this too well, but of course hopefully it'll be all right when it gets there. This sold for $140. $140. Now back to our story. Our story was that lady bought a book, sold it, listed it on eBay, and sold it for $125. Now I may be missing a few, maybe $150, whatever. Well, the seller then, after the person bought it and paid for it on eBay, the seller cancels the order, cancels it. And what I saw on the Facebook post was that she was upset that, now she said this, now I'm gonna be honest with you, she said the buyer, the sellers and others were taunting her on eBay. Now, of course, I'm not an advocate for that. I'm not an advocate for taunting anybody or being mean or rude or anything like that to anybody. But I can say this. I understand the person that bought that book for $125 would be upset that it was canceled. I would be. But the reason that it was canceled was a very clear issue that is completely, to my understanding, is completely on the seller. The seller did not comp the item, or did not comp it well. And what a comp is you look online. I'm going to show you how to do that here in just a minute. You look online, you see what the item is sold for, and then you adequately price your item for what it sells for. This person obviously didn't go in and look and see that that book had sold for $2,000 or $2,500 or whatnot. She said it was about a $2,000 book, so after it sold for $125, she cancels it. I understand the buyer being upset, but the reason it was canceled was because she said, oh, I can make a whole bunch more money. Now, is it her right to be able to cancel that order? Yeah, but is it right? In my book, the answer is no. If I didn't comp this little Archie comic and I put it up for $10 and it sold for $10, and then I found out, well, my goodness, it would sell for $140. I would not cancel that $10 listing because I agreed to sell it for $10. The buyer agreed to buy it for $10 and bought it. You know what I'm going to do? My sorry butt's going to list it. I mean, I'm going to ship it. I'm going to put it in the mail. I'm going to be sorry. When I say sorry, I'm going to be sorry I listed it for $10. But I'm gonna pass it on down the road. I'm gonna hand it on off, and I mean, that's what I'm gonna do, because that's the right thing to do. You got to make sure you comp it right where you don't have that issue. This is eBay. I went from selling one comic book for $140 to selling a pile of them for $9. I don't know exactly how many are in here, but I sold this $9 plus shipping. Next, I sold. This is another thing that we recently purchased this weekend. Sold this steel Oil-O-Matic. That went for $20 plus $20 plus shipping. Next, this was a Nikki T find. Probably saw this on the yard sale, estate sale video. This Lionel train went for $35 plus shipping. And then I've got a Georgia Bulldogs hat. Boy, y'all, they gave us a scare this weekend now. I'm a dog fan, and Kentucky got beat. I mean, Kentucky got beat down 13-12. They really wasn't a beat down. Kentucky was, them were some corn-fed boys wanting to win. And they played a good football game, and Georgia just about got beat. But drawer J, I sold a large lot of US and world stamp, mostly US, mini 3-cent used and unused. Sold this for $32.95. This in drawer J. So let's see if we can find them. I would assume it would be this right here, stamp lot. Pretty simple. So this stamp lot sold for the 30 some odd dollars, and then we got and then we'll get a Funko Pop, but I'll get it and we'll see you in a minute. All right, next I sold Funko Pop. I think it was, I mean, it's a valuable one. It is the Addams Family 802. So I've got to go down here in all my wonderful Funko Pops, and I'm looking for Gomez. I believe Gomez should be fair. There's Gomez. Look at him. I see him right there. There he is. Gomez Funko Pop number 802. I mean, y'all, Funkos are bolos. No, they're not. $5 plus shipping. Next, I would have thought this one would have had more value. This is a Superboy. This is number 57 Superboy, the one-man team. That one sold for $18 plus shipping, which is pretty good. Then in crate AA, which is right up there, I've got another kitty cat that we have sold. The last one I sold yesterday, or the other day, it was kind of goofy looking. Oh, this one, let's see if I can pull it out. Nope, that's the dog. Here's the cat. Y'all, I'm surprised them Furbies hadn't sold. I got 2 Furbies in there. Maybe at Christmas they'll sell. This kitty cat right here went for $15.37. And then we sold, I got a GoPro back here bouncing off. Then we sold to one buyer, Brian. I don't believe Brian, I think he just likes the comic books. I sold these 2 comic books to Brian. Congo Bill. Congo Bill went for $50 and Kathy went for $30. But y'all, both of them, and we let him know, of course it was in the description, both of them had names written on the front cover, but those 2 sold for $80, and I was somewhat excited. Now we gotta go, there's one in P, and it is the King hand puppet. So let's see, go down here, and I'm looking for a kingly hand puppet. Maybe she sold too, I think. Red hair, queen, king. All right, y'all, here's the King hand puppet. There's a picture of the king. And then we have a Princess Barbie right here. I thought it sold. Nope, not that one. This Princess Barbie here. Is that it? Nope, not that one. It was this one. This Princess Barbie here sold for $10. And then we got a few more sales. But back to what we were talking about, back to the story. And we're going to talk at the end of this episode. I'm going to show you on one item on how to comp, or at least how I do it. Now others are going to tell you there's a better way to do it, and they're going to be right. I'm not telling you exactly this how you do it. I'm just telling you this how I do it. But what would you do in that situation? And you don't have to agree with Rev. I promise you, I'm not always right. Nikki T will tell you that. I'm wrong a bunch. See, my collar has been turned wrong the whole video. So, y'all, I'm not always right. Would you do that? Would you cancel the order and then relist it for $2 grand? I think that's what the person did. Or would you honor that? Would you cancel the order and relist your item for $2,000? That sounds okay. It's their right. They can do that. It is their item. But see, what I'm saying is it's no longer their item. They've already sold that item for $125. See what I'm saying? They got to ship it to the person who's now the owner of that book at $125 because they failed to comp it right. That's where I would be. I mean, some of the best education I've ever had in my life, I had to pay for because I made a mistake. And guess what'll happen? I won't make that mistake no more. If it costs me money, if it costs me, what would that be, $875? I promise you, I would learn how to comp my items. I would learn how to see how much the value was there before I listed them on eBay and before I sold them on eBay. I'm just telling you, that's the way I would do it. So y'all, it's very important. I said all those tips the other day. Remember the tips in the video, the 3? You got to list. You got to buy right, and you've got to do it again tomorrow. Well, friends, it's so important to buy right, but also to list it right. You've got to comp it and make sure you got the right. I'm gonna get these. I'm not preaching, y'all. I'm not preaching. Coolest thing about eBay is that you can sell anything. Now, of course, they got rules of certain things you can't sell. We found some little accessories for a pew that we couldn't sell. Hey, no big issue. If you got rules, I'll stick to them. But y'all, you can sell everything. And the last few sales that we got in this episode, and then I'm gonna comp one item and show you how to do it where you don't do what that lady did and turn back on your buyer after they bought your book for $125 and you disappointed because it sells for $2,000. You should have comped before you listed it and found that out so you could have listed it right. You wouldn't have all the problems you're having now, and you wouldn't have disappointed the buyer. They might have still bought it for $2,000. They probably won't now. But y'all, the very final sale, I'm gonna go from the final sale and go up because I'm already there. The final sale goes to Jeff. Jeff is a viewer of the Restoration channel, and he's watching this one as well. He left me a couple buyer notes on this one. He says, love the channels. Steve's, we're gonna come in, these, that's what it should have said. I think he misplaced. These are gonna come in handy doing rare brakes on the Toyota Deuces. These are for the Toyota. These are brake spoons, what I call them. He also bought this snap-on extension, paid $12 for the extension, $47.97 for these. So hey, Jeff, I want to appreciate you, man. Thank you so very much. We'll get these shipped out to you. So I can sell tools that I know a little bit about. I've done a bunch of work on cars, and I know that. But I can also sell ugly stuff like this. I mean, look at that rascal. Is that not ugly? I mean, that's ugly as sin. That's uglier than sin. I know sin's pretty ugly. That's uglier than sin. I mean, look at that rascal. I mean, I sold that on eBay for $23.77. And we go from that ugly thing to the most beautiful. Nope, Miss Piggy. Look at Miss Piggy. I sold this Miss Piggy LP here. Sold it for $26.38. So y'all, this went $26, went for more than this ugly thing, and I understand that completely. This steel hat, I sold this steel hat. The steel hat went for $11, and then the final sale is, this is the second card of this one that I have. This is a Mewtwo and Mew GX. This actually sold for $12, and we're gonna get it shipped on down the road. Y'all, I'm somewhat rushing today because I'm going to be on a podcast, a video podcast. I think it's on YouTube, maybe it's on other things. I'll share the link down in the top comment. I'll share it down below. If y'all want to go and watch that as this video is going, it'll probably be a replay by that time. But I'm rushing because I've got to be there in just 45 minutes. So I've got to get all this packed up, and then I want to come back and I want to comp either an item or two and show you how you don't make this horrible mistake on eBay. Y'all, I picked two items to comp, and comping is not always easy. Maybe the Lord was trying to say something to me, but let's look up this one. This is a vinyl record, Minnie Riperton, Stay in Love, a romantic fantasy set to music. So of course this album should be easily found on eBay. So of course we're gonna go here. We'll go to eBay. Of course, in the eBay search, of course, I'm just going to the eBay page. You see it here. I go to the search and I'm typing in all of this because you want it to be right. If you just put in Minnie Riperton vinyl, you're going to get a lot. So you want it to be this exact one. So Stay in Love vinyl. Watch, it's going to pull up. There it is. You see, somebody has it for sale for $16. Somebody has it for sale for $19 and $12. But what I do, if you look here, what I do is I come all the way over here to Advanced. Click Advanced. Go down. You see Search. Go all the way down to Sold Items. Highlight Sold Items and hit Search. And it's going to tell you this album right here, Stay in Love, is what I have is in better shape than this one. But in July 31st, that sold for $5.60 plus shipping. This one says Epic. If it's in italicized like that, it came from the United Kingdom, $26.62. This one's from America, $8.99 with $6 shipping, $7.99 with $6 shipping, $14.95 free shipping. This one here is a little bit different. It's a Japanese, so it's more valuable. So of course, if you see these albums, you see that's what it sold for. So I know that if this item sells, I can now price it for what it sells for on eBay. Now, if I did not do this and said, well, this item is worth $100, this vintage Minnie Riperton album, it's not going to sell. Or if this item was a $2,000 book, and I said, well, there's no way this could be that valuable. No way this could be that valuable. I'm going to list it for $125. And because I didn't go through comps, it sales, I have to cancel it, or she chose to cancel it because it goes for more. See, I wouldn't do that. Make sure that you comp. Now, of course, I didn't do this on the phone, but when you're out at yard sales, estate sales do that. There's a way you can look it up on eBay. You've got the picture, you've got a barcode scanner, and you can actually type it in, voice it in. That's what the old man does, voice it in on eBay. Make sure you comp your items when you're buying and when you're selling to make sure you get it right. Well, y'all, this is what sold on eBay. I thank y'all so very much for watching. I wish Nikki T could have been in here. I had to pack a little bit earlier this morning, but we thank y'all for watching. Hey, comment below. Let me know what you think. What would you do in that situation? But we sure enough appreciate y'all. We love you. We thank you. We know no way of shutting them down than saying deuces. May God bless.